How we doing? Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? Let me go get my Bleezy real quick. We got 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 90 seconds. Holy shit. All right, bye. How y'all doing? Showers up. Pally, Frankie, Korun, Artin, Max83, Crypto, Jammy, Afnaguka, A60, Kagum, Breaker, Mark, Perito, Scamenzo, Tequila, Artin, Lax, Antonia, J-Bucks, 83, Stelbert, Torque, Soyo, 83, Dally, JV, J-Knock, Mark in the building, TS Master, Samuel, Buzzo, Moses, Mark, Damon, Hannah, yeah. We got Dadley, Aurum, Korun, Grime, Torqued, Bulldog, J-Bucks, J6, Samuel, Joker, Pascop, thank you for the resub. Nitrogen, Mark, Shawza, Petrus, Hujushin, Mark, Sandal, Petrus, Tequila, Korun, EK206, 19 Turbo, Bugatti, OK6, Arepo, 60, Apohapa, Vanya, Mark, Budgie, Johnny Kingslow, Dally, your owner, Paul, Glitch, Hujushin, Al MYC, maybe Band-Aid, Breaker, Benso, Herbergix, Vladimir, Hujushin, Thomas, Chris, Unleash, Damon, Bulldog, Dayox, Crypto, Numid, Hackdog, MJ, Myron, Sebs, Space Blob, Soyo, I'm Sin. All right, ding, 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 let's go. Can I get a choya? Soyo, Loti, Haskir, Space Blob, Moses, Burkix, Dayox, Cytilix, Happy Sunday. Shauza, Rap, Taurus, Vladimir, Myron, Younger, Kimba, Brother, Mex, Powers, Aurum, Insulin, Reptalian, Psycho, Hunter, Franz Deep, Moses, Joker, My Name, Long, Soyo, Chalub, JV, Copperdon, Cowboy, Surfer, Breaker, Todas, Loti, Wiztar, Deneth, Actau, Sharky, Hackdog, Small, Whoopi, Psycho, Biffum, Uppo, Smash, Paul, God, Reds, Chiga, Buskry, Zower, Petrus, Nate, Sunny, Happy 420. Blink John, Fragile, Copper, Dawn, Soyo, J-Knock, Lelegante, Chimp 209, Richie from YouTube, no name, J6, Bobby, Stallman, Crypto Tumi, Kamikaze, Roscoe, Gustavo. How we do, Christopher? I see you, my boy. Silas. All right, let's see where the gap takes us, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? CME immediately closed that gap. Or S&P immediately closed that gap. Schwiggity. Schwiggity. Well, let me do this. Go to 15. All right, immediately closed it. All right. Oh man, this keyboard is nice. Super smooth. You know, I like mechanicals a lot, but this one is really, really nice. Soft. I feel like I'm floating on the keys. TTK, thank you for the resub. Baratinha, how are you, big dog? Did you get some sleep? Not really. But got a lot of work done, though. Holy shit. Yeah, but that's okay. Next weekend, I have a little bit of a relaxing weekend coming up, so yeah, just got a lot of shit to do, man. The list don't stop. Speaking of which, let me close this. Let me close this. Close this. What are we exactly looking for right now? We're gonna wait for the first 30-minute candle. So, basically every Sunday the process is kind of the same. So, clearly we opened right on gap fill and we opened below value area low. So, for example, if this 30-minute candle closes back below value area low, I think it would be safe to say on the smaller time frame, it's a little bit bearish. If we close above value area low, then you kind of already know that the longer that you spend inside of value, the higher chance you're going to be able to rotate back above, right? So that's what we're doing. Let's just keep it dead ass simple. Yes, we have the value area high and the value area low. The settlement is down there. So right off the rip, we're going to see if it can get and close back above inside value area low. That's it. No trying to predict the future, none of that. If you really wanted to play the gap play, then you see where it says open, that's where your entry would be if it loses value area low, and then your stop loss would be the wick that it just made, the local high or high. All right. Another thing that you might want to really start paying attention to is when it does make a gap, regardless of whether it's bullish or bearish, how often does that ETH gap get closed? It's pretty high. All right. So value area low, value area high. This is the gap. Okay. So this is your open. So if you want to short, you wait for the price to go low back to where open is, enter, stop loss. Okay. If for some reason this actually ends up closing inside of value area low, which would be a little bit of a lower probability, then you're going to be looking for the full rotation. But first things first, which is wait for the first 30-minute candle to close. You have 24 minutes. Go let us up. Let's go let us up. Listen to like 2-3 songs. Talk about how everybody's weekend was. And you just got to be patient. Trying to like predict which way that it's going to close is probably the worst thing you could do right now. All right. But this is what we do every single Sunday when CME resumes. So we identify the levels. In this context, the settlement is lower than value area low, and you opened below value area low. So all you're going to do is to see if it actually can close inside. You wouldn't expect it to. Alrighty, I hope that helps. And then I said this on Friday too, but do you remember when it closed like this and I made the example of, dude, it stopped right below single print. What the fuck do you think it's going to do? That was the last thing that we left off on Friday. So given everything that I just said, settlement is below value area low. We opened below value area low. We have yet to see a 30-minute body candle close inside of value. What would be the level to the downside that you're going to be paying attention to? What could be some structural things, or what could be open interest or divergences that you could expect to see? That's the way that I would start the next couple of hours. But it's inconclusive. You need to see how this 30-minute candle closes. Alrighty, Kamikaze, Hegemonia, Roscoe, what's going on? I forgot what T before value area low means. Anyone? Time. Time. Damon, Breaker, Korun. We got Arton, Baratin, Breaker, Destax. 22 minutes on the first 30-minute candle close. How we doing? Are we schwiggity schwaggity? How long are you streaming? I got like an hour. Yeah, I just want to see like what the first 2, 3 30-minute candle closes are. In this context, like if we see another lower low, then we're good. I'll see you guys, you know, Monday, Tuesday, maybe we get like that 108, 109 long. Yeah, if for some reason we actually close candles and spend time above value area low, then you might want to start thinking about like a long setup. Yeah. So let's see. Single print grab and reverse is definitely possible. Yeah, how is everybody's weekend? Happy August. Are you guys excited for August? Yeah, I'm looking at my calendar. August 3rd, August 4th, August 5th, August 6th, 7th, 8th. Nice. Let's do this. Let's just in case, we're going to mark that, and we're going to mark this. Just to help us out for a little bit. All right, 19 minutes on the first 30-minute candle close. So, yo, what's going on? AKA ZZZ, Raptorist, Bugsy, maybe Band-Aid, Cytilix, Paratel, Mohan, Happy Sunday, Space Blob. Can we have some music? Of course, brother. Let's go. Sunday juice! 30-minute candles! Don't get got! Let's get it! Get joy! Let's get it! Let us up, motherfuckers! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Can I get a kachoya? Yeah. We method. Kachoya. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Let us up. Juice. Oh yeah. Let's clean this up here. Okay. Juice. Easy money. Let's go. Juicy. Fruit. Yeah. Easy money. Juice. See juice. Let's get it. Should we let us up? 15 minutes on the first 30-minute candle close. It looks simple enough. It hasn't lost this VWAP this whole move up. Holy shit. NBA. Frito-Lay. Okay. CME. Danny, thank you for the 10 gifted, Danny Bellagio. Yeah. Kachaya. All right now. Okay. Yeah. Let's get it. Who mathin'? How's Soul doing? Soul is okay. Yeah, juice. Can I get a kachaya? Easy money. Easy money. Pixel perfect. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get it. NBA. Let's get it. Kachaya. Yeah. Yeah. All right, 13 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just make sure everything looks okay. This looks good. Let me reload this. Let's go. 12 more minutes. CME resumption. Sunday juice, Lions. Math is math. Y'all ready? Let's go. Wait. Stop the music. Let me read the chat. Happy 420 says, I'm glad you came on today. Thank you, brother. Wasn't the best weekend for trading, but working it and grinding it. Yes, sir. Happy 420. Yeah. So did you just get here, or were you here since the beginning? Somebody wanted a quick little recap. All we're doing is the same thing that we always do. So it's CME resumption, right? Okay. We have TVAL and TVA up there, right? And the settlement is right where you see it on screen, the 113,570. So in this context, we're going to see if it can actually get inside of value. The probability would lean towards not. Right? Happy 420 says always beginning. Okay, awesome. So you know what it is. So Same thing as always. In this context, you would want it to go lower. In the single print ungrabbed context, you would want it to go lower. So, you know, you're just basically going to see what the reaction is like at settlement. So does it just SFP, grab the single print, get back inside of settlement, and then go? Could possible. You already know that if you spend time inside of value, you have a high chance of rotating to the other side. So the value area low, value area high is a nice little barometer to kind of help you out. Last but not least, you also had a tiny little CME ETH gap. And I don't know about you, but I would say most of the time CME ETH gaps get grabbed. So, and then if you really, really want to get down with it, you've got the dip the tip and let it rip. So you've got your open and you've got that wick up top as your local invalidation. All right, Mark, what's going on? Any question? Yep. So in essence, ladies and gentlemen, we just left off where we left off on Friday. We talked about how that single print down there most likely going to get grabbed. So our checklist for the next, I don't know, a couple hours would probably be, does the CME ETH gap get closed? Yes or no? Does the single print get grabbed? Yes or no? And then last but not least, does it spend time above or below settlement? Does it spend time above or below value area low? And then that should kind of dictate, you know, at least for the next 6 to 8 hours, or at least until RTH, which way we're going. And then from there, you're going to probably plan out the plan if the RTH gap is bullish or bearish, how it's going to react. So first things first, let's see the single print. Let's get it. Yeah, should we let us up? How are you guys doing? What's going on, Zorro? Paratel. Have you guys been hearing this goofy about an emergency rate cut in August? Uh-oh. Maybe we have to hurry up and get in some altcoin longs before the September FOMC, huh? Is JV in here? JV, we better lock in because they might pull some goofy and do an emergency rate cut in August, and then you're going to be talking about, oh, I missed the long. Why do I feel like everybody that's waiting for 108, 109, 110 is going to get left behind on the emergency rate cut?
You just said.
KIMBA, I thought 4 weeks ago you said we had until September. What? Why are you? KIMBA, you just said we had until. Yes. Why are you already in a long? I thought you said we had until September. God, joy. I'm excited to see Boogamas. Are you ready, Lions? Let's go. Yes. Money. Let us up. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Sunday. Should we let us up? Lana Sack says, any thoughts on DOT? They haven't really changed for the last couple weeks. Yeah, so do you know where the SFP level is, Lana Sack, that we want? I can show you my levels if you need it, but they haven't changed for the last couple months. So if you were here for maybe like last week or the one before, the nerd outs, should be okay. Any other question? Huskier is asking, hey Kimba, is it a bad way to use fib if I took it from previous high to the low and see where we are building value? No. I mean, that's what we always do. You should do fixed range volume profile, figure out where value area high, value area low, and point of control is, pull some fibs, pull VWAP, yeah, and see what levels overlap. Ghost SMP says, this bad low. Is this bad low? Is that what you're asking me? CME and derivatives are different, so it depends on which one you're asking. Mario Everpeel says, where do you see next support on BTC and ETH? They haven't changed, Mario. Yeah. Did you watch Friday stream or even Thursday or Wednesdays or Tuesdays? Yeah, they haven't changed. Yep. Christy says, hello, Kimba. How are you? How was your weekend? I got a lot of stuff done, man. Busy, staying busy. Got to get grinding. Loti says, what about for those who are new here? What about it? Try to communicate in complete sentences if possible, because in your mind, you might be conversing with me, but I'm seeing your chat messages like 5 minutes after sometimes. Yes. What's going on, Loti? Welcome. What do you need help with, Loti? What you need help with, Loti? There is the 1 to 9 odds trade on Polymarket for emergency. Oh, Polymarket, yeah. Mario says, why you didn't add any more highlights on YouTube? Mario, make sure you get caught up. Yeah, how far behind are you, Mario? So obviously that's like a 2-3 hour discussion. So I will try to condense it into the most important. All right, Mario. So first things first, I am having MGK do other things. Do you know that I don't make highlights? Do you know that? MGK makes highlights. Whether it's the songs, whether it's the videos, whether it's the highlights. I'm blessed to have the most supportive community in the world. I don't do anything but stream. So Ahmad does the highlights, Mario. MGK is about to have a new baby. So yeah, he's a little bit busy. All right. The other thing too, Mario, is we're going to be doing the first ever official subathon. I'm going to be giving away $1,000 to every single person. You probably aren't eligible because you asked that question. And that's okay. You know, there's going to be September and then also a subathon in December. But we've been tracking who watches the highlights or who watches the rewinds and who keeps saying, where are the highlights? Where are the highlights? To kind of figure out like who's watching the recaps and who's not. Yeah, because I only have $500,000 to give away. So I can't give everybody $1,000. So we've just been tracking who's actually watching the streams and who isn't. And then starting next week, everybody is going to get free trading view. Everybody's going to get free exo charts. Everybody's going to get free high block. Everybody is going to get free Kingfisher. Some people that are going to get a free year. Some people that are going to get a free month. But we've just been trying to figure shit out, you know, and figure out who's going to get what. Yeah, so that is why. Yeah. So make sure, exclamation giveaway, all right? And we're going to get nasty with it. Yeah, and I can't give it away to everybody. So I have data that tells me, okay, this person's trying really hard, this person isn't really caring too much, and then figure out who's going to get what. Yeah, so it's really a 3-4 hour discussion, to be honest, Mario. We've been talking about this for about 3 months now, you know, little by little. So for me to kind of condense it down and give you all the important information, that's what it is. But if I really wanted to expand on it, like the data that's being collected, why, you know, what's important, all of those things, right? Yeah, because I'm just trying to thank you guys for watching. You know what I mean? And I think the average person probably watches when they can or when it's convenient for them, you know? And they will always have this mentality of, I wasn't here, I'm going to just ask, right? So that's the bare minimum sort of average person, right? And then from there, I'm trying to figure out how special is each person. Right? So if you really, are you the type to like just rewind and watch everything when you show up late? You know, do you have like this mentality of, you know, if I was able to come up with a question right now, I'm sure one of my brothers or sisters asked for it, so I'm not going to bother everybody. I'm going to check for myself. Yeah, like how important is it to you, all of this shit? Are you like trading because you're desperate to make money really quickly? You know, or do you actually enjoy like the analytical thought process and like learning? You know, like why are you doing this? You know, what's your why? Yeah, and everybody can like, you know, convince or lie to other people, but the actions speak for themselves. I'm a big data guy. Yeah, so you could tell me that you're trying really hard, but if you have not watched any highlight or, you know, went back to a stream and rewatched it, you know, it's hard. Remember, your competition sets the standard. You could sit there and tell me that you're trying really hard, but somebody else is doing something more than you, then that person is trying more than you. And so I'm going to pick that person. Yeah, so that's it. That's why. All right, Mario, I hope that answers your question. But yeah, if I had like $5 million to give away, then it wouldn't be a problem. But I only have like $500,000. So I want to make sure that it goes to the right people. You feel me? Yes. I wish I could give it to everybody, but It's more of like, instead of a giveaway, consider it an investment, you know? And some people are worth investing in and some people maybe not. So yeah, just trying to figure out how I can best help as many people as I can, you know? Because imagine if you're somebody that's always going back and rewatching and you're trying really hard and you don't get $1,000, but some other dickhead does. Like, that's frustrating, right? So I always tell you guys, I'm here to match your guys' effort. So if that's, you know, it's my responsibility is to reward the people that are trying really hard. And that's always going to be my goal. So, all right. I'm never going to punish anybody that's just doing the bare minimum, but I really want to reward the people that are trying really hard. Make sense? I'm never going to punish you for being average, but you're going to be rewarded the fuck out of yourself if you're trying, you know, going beyond. All right. Ghost S&P says, sometimes it's very hard to listen to you. You have crazy plan-based ABCD plan. Yeah, it's a pretty normal thing, I think, Ghost S&P, because let me explain to you why I think you need to have a plan B, C, and D. If your only plan is the most ideal plan, right? Like, let's say, for example, you want to be an actor, right? And your plan is, I'm going to go to LA, I'm going to get hired for this TV show, and then I'm going to start doing movies, and then I'm going to be a movie star. If that's your plan, you're fucked, right? Because that's your best case scenario, right? If you think that you can just plan for, it's going to come down to this level, I'm going to get the CVD hidden bull div, I'm going to get the open interest to show bottom shoulders and all the longs are going to get stopped out, and I'm also going to have S&P confluence, everything's going to be perfect, everything's going to be rainbow, I'm going to get pixel perfect 7.5 entry, and that's what it is. And I'm not going to get stopped out, it's not going to try to make a lower low, everything's going to be peaches and cream, and it's all good. If that's your plan A, I don't think you're going to be successful. I think you need to be thinking about, dude, what if I don't get the level that I want? What if I don't have all the edge that I don't want, that I want? What if S&P doesn't have confluence? What if I get pixel perfect entry, but then I get stopped out? So preparation meeting opportunity is how you find success. If your only preparation is best case scenario, how can we say that that's actually preparation, right? Preparation means you think of all the different ways things could go wrong. So that's not even like, oh, you have so many plans. Planning is having multiple plans. If you only have one plan, that's not planning. That's almost wishing, isn't it? If you only have one plan, I don't think that's planning, bro. That's literally wishing or hoping that that one scenario plays out. So it's not even a trading thing. It's not something that I'm doing. It's the concept of being prepared, Ghost S&P. You're supposed to have multiple plans. You should be thinking worst case scenario, right? So a lot of this stuff you'll notice is just an extrapolation of your personality. How do you make decisions in life? How do you prepare in life?
He just told us to be prepared.
You know, I could make psychological like comparisons on how you prepared and planned for your life when you were 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28. Like every 2 years, you're supposed to have some sort of like life pivot, right? On average human beings, you're supposed to experience some sort of life pivot where it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have a new kid, or oh shit, I'm gonna have a new job, or oh shit, I have to move, or oh shit, somebody in my family is sick, or roughly speaking, like every 2 years, every 3 years, you're supposed to have some sort of like, you know, small little pivot point in life. So yeah, like how do you plan shit out? Yeah, so that's it, Ghost S&P. It's not really anything like extraordinary. It's just understanding that you need to have plans for different types of scenarios. You don't want to get got. And the thing about life and trading is most of the things that will fuck you, it's the things that you couldn't think about. So you might as well give it your best effort and try to think of everything that you can, because life will find a funny way to fuck you on the thing that you couldn't think about. So you might as well just give it your all and try to cover all the bases, you know? It's a blessing if life hits you with something that you were prepared for. And honestly, because you could do your best and plan for everything and you could still get caught, you know, off guard. So okay, that being said, though, anything you guys want to talk about right now? We just had our first 30-minute candle close. In 20 minutes, we're going to have our next one. Do you guys see where the first 30-minute candle closed? So not only is it below the gap fill, but the first one was below value area low. So this would kind of indicate that dip the tip and let it rip type of shit where, you know, this second 30-minute candle close should not make a higher high. And how do we confirm if it did a bearish retest on value area low or the gap? It would make a lower low. So that's how I would just go about the next, like every 30-minute candle, I would just take it step by step. Okay, check mark. We opened, didn't fully close the gap, but we couldn't spend any 30-minute candle closes above value area low. So I would just think that the single print down there would still have a chance to get grabbed. Is it bearish if it grabs? No, it's not bullish or bearish necessarily. If it's going to be, there's still a scenario where this could go back down, grab the single print, make a bull div, and then come back and close above settlement and value area low. So that would be like the most bullish scenario you could look for. And then you have to start thinking about, okay, now that I got that out of the way, for me to continue the bullish narrative when RTH opens back up, it has to react bullishly on the bullish gap. So you still have to get through that phase. And I'll be here early so we can talk again, regroup before the markets open, and I can tell you exactly what the dip the tip would look like. Crypto Numes has been learning about 4 KPI strategies. Use the grass. If I can understand more, 2 months. Let's go, Numid. Yeah, any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Ghost S&P, what about you, brother? You know, and it's just repetitions, Ghost S&P. You're going to notice, like, you start with foundations, and you build upon what you know. So Ghost S&P, everybody first learns how to identify levels, you know, and after you can identify levels, then you start looking at edge, okay? And you're going to get to a point with those two sort of accomplishments where a lot of lions are right now, where they can get really nice entries. That's not the problem, but they have a really hard time either re-entering or making sure that they don't get round tripped and left at the train station. So after you identify levels, after you know how to be patient and disciplined and take the trade, then you have to learn that it's okay to get round tripped. After you learn that it's okay to get round tripped, you add on this sort of extra layer of, okay, after I do get round tripped, how can I re-enter? How do I know that on the smaller time frame, yes, this is bullish or bearish, I can take it. But I also need to know that on the medium time frame, that narrative has not changed. So even though I might have gotten stopped out at the 7.5, even though I might have gotten stopped out on an SFP, I know that these are the ways in which I can still chase it if I wish to. All right. And really that's it, because there's been times where I had pixel perfect bottom or pixel perfect top. I got round tripped. I had to re-enter. It's a little bit of a shittier entry than I had before, but so be it. You know what I mean? And I have to be confident to get back in. Like, it might be a triple div, you know, triple bull div, even though it made a lower low, lower low, lower low. You know, it might be a 3 drives. It might be a head and shoulders. It might be a trident. So, yeah, there's different levels to it. But you're always going to have to struggle with, oh, fuck, they just round tripped me. You know, oh, fuck, they just stopped me out. It happens to me all the time. And it's never something that it goes away. You're always going to have to think about it. Every single trade, regardless of how well you think you're doing. So things like being able to objectively juggle the smaller time frame, the medium time frame, and the higher time frame data. Yeah. So, you know, just continue to work on one thing at a time. If you don't know how to identify levels, I think it can kind of start you off on the wrong foot. So figure out how to identify levels. After you get that done, then you want to start thinking about how do I look at data, you know? And then once you figure out how to look at data, you want to start to zoom out into other time frames and comparing it to other sort of more historically relevant things. So for example, it's not good enough to just be able to say, oh shit, there's a bull div. You need to be able to say, okay, the last 10 bull divs on Bybit worked out, but whenever there's a bear div with Binance, the bull divs on Bybit doesn't work out. Therefore, in this situation, I'm going to do X. Yeah, man. Castillo says, any altcoin longs or are we waiting for Monday? Me personally, I would wait for Monday. Do you remember where my ETH level of interest is? It almost hit it. It has not yet. You remember this? I'm waiting for the point of control, right? So I would rather be a little bit patient and wait. I think Monday is the better way to take it. And that when I say shit like Monday is the better long, I don't want you to take that at face value and just believe me. Go ahead and try longing. And I don't mean this in a sarcastic way either. You should try taking longs on Sundays when CME resumes, or shorts. You should try taking those longs and shorts that you want on Thursday and Friday. You should try it. Because that's the best way for you to truly believe, oh, fuck, maybe I should really wait until Monday to take the long or short. I've done enough longs and shorts on Thursday, Friday, and Sundays to know that Monday is the best way to, Monday morning or late Monday. That part, we don't know, Crypto to me. Do you understand why I keep saying Monday? It's not because it's a random day of the week. I'm talking about having RTH and CME back online. The concept that I'm hinting at, Crypto to me, is that anything that happens during a low volume environment has the potential to be bullshit. Would you agree with me? Anything that happens in a low volume environment has the potential to be bullshit. It's hard to trust it. Volume is super key. So I rather just wait to see if RTH, CME, when all the institutional motherfuckers show up to the office on Monday, do they actually buy? That's all I care about. So you might not, we might not necessarily have the bottom entry on a long, or we might not have the pixel perfect top short, but the probability of success will be so much higher. So the only decision that you have to make is there a chance that I could get a better entry during this low volume environment than waiting until Monday? And once in a blue moon, that does happen. But I will tell you, and this is why I encourage you to track this. Take those longs and shorts on Sunday or Thursday or Friday. When I used to do them, like 80, 90% of those positions got round tripped immediately. So I just noticed, like when I say shit like, hey, when Monday RTH comes back online, there's a good chance that the weekend low or the weekend high gets swept. Have you seen that yourself, or you just have to take my word for it? It's pretty useful when you've actually seen it yourself. I'm telling you. So just try to see it for yourself. That's really the best way, because when you need it the most, being able to rely on your own subconscious bias is so valuable. You'll pussyfoot a lot less. So, yeah, take it for what it is. Most of the lows and highs that are set over the weekend, they tend to get cleaned. So that's it. Yeah, but is it Monday morning? Is it late Monday? The only thing crypto to me I'm talking about is it a low volume environment or a high volume environment? So when you ask me, are you talking about Monday morning or late Monday? Well, if you're referencing late Monday as when CME is off, then I'm talking about Monday morning. Okay? So it doesn't matter if it's Monday morning or late Monday morning. Is the CME RTH session on or off? Yep. But really, I think you and I can both agree that low volume environments have the potential to be a fake move, right? So do you want to take a long or short when the volume is low? Kind of up to you. Even if the volume is low, there could be scenarios where divs and S&P Confluence is helping you out, and it might be worthy of taking it. And by the way, crypto to me, if the edge is there, try taking it and put your stop loss at break even, because if the edge really is there, you should be able to buy yourself a little bit of wiggle room to put your stop loss in profit or break even. So, all right, brother. Something like that. 10 more minutes, and then we got our next 30-minute candle close here, ladies and gentlemen. Nine more minutes. Will this 30-minute candle close inside value? Yes or no? We'll find out. And then I got to get ready to dip out in a little bit. Soyo, you good? And then this is RTH, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is RTH. So right now, this is where the price action is. All right. So for example, let's say that a ETH rotates all the way to the other side to value area high. Okay, and we open the RTH gap like this. That's going to be a bullish gap. Right? So the gap is bullish. So you need to know what the bullish reaction would look like. And you need to know what the bearish reaction would look like. And just kind of start there. So, is RTH going to open with a bullish gap or a bearish gap? And then whether it's a bullish gap or a bearish gap, you need to figure out what the bullish reaction would be and a bearish reaction would be for each. And so that'll be your RTH play. All right, 7 minutes and 30 seconds on this 30-minute candle close. Happy 420. Christy says, all right, Kimba, I need to go. Sounds good, Christy. I'll see you bright and early pre-market, yeah? Klimby says the stream today is heckin' awesome. You're just spitting knowledge. I love it. That's awesome. You feel that way, Klimby. What you're hinting at basically is how we play gaps. So there is the ETH, the electronic trading hours gap, and then there's the RTH, the regular trading hours gap. And so, yeah, this is a pretty cool time because you can kind of see how or which way the next 8-9 hours will be leading into RTH. Thomas says, it's so nice that there's the possibility to switch between RT and ETH. Mad if we had drawn RTH sessions manually. Yep. Well, that was 5 years ago. TradingView implemented RTH and ETH like 4 or 5 years ago. I actually remember when they didn't have it. They used to actually call it something else. Yeah, it like the word that they used down there was called like sessions, I think, or zones. Yeah, you used to be able to I can't even remember because it was so weird, but you could like switch to different sessions, like European trading session, Asia trading session, or I can't even remember, it was so long ago. Yeah, it used to not be like that, though. It actually was pretty confusing. Thomas, you good? Sharky, for love and peace. Angel Paciencia. Kamikaze says, I hope I got a shot to win. It's not like, I want everybody to win, Kamikaze. And I want you to win as well. I don't know where you rank in terms of like, how long you've been here and if you've been able to watch the highlights and stuff like that. But yes, I will try my very hardest to get you to win, my guy. All right, 5 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? I'm excited for RTH. Very, very excited for RTH. Happy 420 just gifted a sub to J-Bucks. What's going on, J-Bucks? What's going on, Happy 420? Moses, you sent a friend request. Sounds good. Where? Discord. A mod will have to accept for me. Theo Den says, hello, Kimba. Could you please... How can we interpret the open interest and open interest delta? I could not find any explanation about it. Sure, I'll give you a quick one real quick, okay, Theo? Theo, open interest delta indicates if positions are opening, okay? So when you open a long, right, and you go margined position, right? Do you understand the concept that you're borrowing money? Does that make sense? Right? Because you don't have all of that money yourself. You are borrowing when you go margined. You understand that, right? You're taking the little margin that you have and you're 10xing it or 15xing it or whatever. So when you open margined positions, okay? Right? Because there's no such thing as open interest on spot. Okay, once in a while, somebody will be like, wow, the open interest delta on spot is crazy. What the fuck? That's not possible, right? So when you open positions, the open interest delta goes up. When you close positions, the open interest delta goes down. Okay? So let's go through a real quick breakdown. If the price is going up and open interest delta is going up, let's break that down. Open interest delta going up means people are opening positions. If people are opening positions and the price is going up, that's bullish. Okay? If the price is going up and the open interest delta is going down, well, let's break that down. Open interest delta going down is positions closing. So if the positions are closing, but the price is going up, what does that mean? Positions are closing, yet the price is going up. That's a short squeeze. Shorts are getting stopped out and the price is going up. Okay? So if the price is going up and it's only because people are being forced to buy, okay? Not because they want to buy, that is not bullish. Okay, what's going to happen is, let's say, for example, the price is going up and open interest is going down. Okay? People are getting squeezed. Remember, when people short, okay, so let's say that somebody shorted right here. You are committing liquidity. Okay? When you short, you're promising to buy. Do you understand that? Let's say that you shorted right here. You're in essence promising to buy. You're hoping you get to buy down here, and that's your profit. Okay? But the commitment that you have put into the market is that you're gonna buy. You promised to buy. Okay? You're hoping you can buy here. However, if it starts to do this, whether it's your forced liquidation or your stop loss, okay, you're gonna buy. So if you shorted right here, you have a commitment to buy. You want to buy right there, but if you miss your opportunity, whether you're going to voluntarily buy on a stop loss or you're going to forcibly buy on a stop loss or a liquidation, you're going to buy. So what happens is when open interest is going down and the shorts are getting squeezed, these shorts are being forced to buy. You shorted right here, hey bitch, you're buying right here. You shorted right here, hey bitch, you're buying right here. So it's buy, 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 buy. So when the price actually starts to come back and it goes, okay, who wanted to buy right here? Nobody wanted to buy right there. That guy was forced to buy. So then the price goes here. And it goes, okay, who wanted to buy right here? Nobody wanted to buy right there. So then it goes like this. And there it goes, and the price goes, okay, who wanted to buy right here? No one wanted to buy right there. Everybody was forced to buy. Therefore, this is not bullish. Okay? You should not be looking to long the golden pocket. Okay? This is where you're really suspicious and you're thinking to yourself, okay, it should bounce here. It will not. It'll do some shit like this. And that's when I like to get into shorts. All right? So sometimes, like, if you don't understand how it went up, this is why I say to you guys, you need to identify levels. And when it gets to that level, you need to see how it got there and what it's doing when it got there to ultimately figure out what you want to do. Should you long or should you short? Right? But if you pumped on open interest delta going down, that is not bullish. Chances of looking for a bullish pullback is very, very rare. You should not do stupid shit like that. If you have people, instead of open interest going down, you have people buying. Okay? You actually have motherfuckers that bought. Okay, well then that's when you want to see if the 7.5 is good or where is the VWAP? Isn't the VWAP volume weighted average price? Maybe that's a good place to look for a bullish retest. Okay, and if that bitch lines up with Fibonacci 0.5 or a TPO point of control or settlement or value area low or value area high, holy fuck, right? Make sense? You use everything that's available to you and use it. So I hope that made sense. I know I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but yeah, that's how you use open interest delta. And it's the same way the other way around. So if the price is going down and the open interest delta is going back up, what does that mean? It means people are opening positions. Price is going down and people are opening positions. That means people are opening shorts. That's bearish. Okay, if the price is going down and the open interest delta is going down, open interest delta going down means what? They're closing positions. Okay, so that means that that's a long squeeze. That's not bearish. So that's just one way you can use open interest delta. Okay, but now throw that bitch with some VWAP. Throw that into hidden CVD bull div. Throw that into a regular bull div. Throw that into confluencing with the 7.5. Throw that into doing a bullish retest on a value area high or a value area low. Where the fuck is settlement? You see how all of these things can help you form a narrative? So when I break it down like that, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh shit, that makes sense. Yes, the trick is to be able to do it in 20 seconds, in 30 seconds, in 2 minutes. You can't sit there for 30 minutes and analyze and try to figure out the edge, right? Because then you're going to get left behind. So it's about anticipating all of these things. And then when you see it, take it. Manage risk. Rinse and repeat. Did that make sense? If you really think about it, wasn't all of that just common sense though, Klimby? A lot of this shit is just common sense. You just got to break it down in that way so you can understand it. But none of that was too like extraordinarily difficult to understand, right? Wasn't that just bordering on common sense? So that's what I'm saying is everybody should figure out what it is that they can't exactly read that well. Focus on reading that data really well, and then move on to the next piece of data that you can't read really well. Eventually, you're going to be able to read all of the data very accurately, very quickly. You'll be able to anticipate, and then it's going to be a lot easier to take those shots, right? So that was just one way that you can use OI to figure out, do I want to long the pullback? You know, why would I have a reason to long? Why would I have a reason to short? And that was just with open interest delta. So if you really nerded out on VWAP or fibs or volume profile or the pattern of settlement and value area low and value area high and what to expect, you can get a lot of edge. You know, combine that with like CVD hidden bull div or bear divs. I mean, you've got a pretty, you know, overlapping, confluencing way to take trades, I think. So, and remember, even with all of that being said, you can still get round tripped. So then the whole concept of, okay, this is how I would chase it. I'm going to put my stop loss at break even. I have plan B, C, and D. And that kind of, I think that all of what we just talked about up to that point kind of covers like 98% of your trading sort of protocol. So 21 slippage. All right, any questions? We got to see 2 30-minute candle closes. It's back inside of value area low again. It is still low volume. So, you know, take it 30-minute candle close, 30-minute candle close. Don't get got. The thing here is, interestingly enough, it's still fibbing. So you can look at the way in which the market's opened, and it's still doing that. So you can do that on CME, ETH as well. Go to the 5-minute. So this is the wick. This is the low. And you can kind of watch it like this. Korun says Jews. Shout outs to you, Korun. Anything you want to talk about before I dip? Yeah, so it is obviously low volume. Nobody's really trading. Keep an eye out, head on a swivel. And then I'll be here really, really early to see the overnight price action, if we're going to actually open up with a RTH bullish gap or if we're going to have a RTH bearish gap. Sounds good, Korun? You excited for this week? I'll probably nerd out a little bit right off the rip tomorrow morning on ETH and Sol and Hype and Trump. Maybe AVA. I mean, there's a handful, so we'll just go through whichever one looks the best, or the most opportunistic. Damn, this actually already came down here. Yeah, that's what I really wanted, but I think this was the 886, right? Yeah, so that's would have preferred the golden pocket to 886 rotation because it would have been the easiest harmonic to play. So golden pocket to 886, but now at least we know that none of the harmonics that we were talking about is valid. So yeah, but it did come down to 886, so we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so WIF came down to the daily. Trump is still below the impeachment proceedings, so we would want to see if we can get that 7.5. Tau, I think, is still headed a little bit lower. Same with Sui. Sui, we want a little bit lower. I think a lot of these, this we want a little bit lower. Coin, yeah, for this one we want a bit lower too. Damn, see, like August could be juice. This one's already too late. You see how some there's potential for it to come down a little bit lower and some that already went? Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, you know, we've been talking about this for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. You guys remember that big ass fractal? Yeah. So let's just not, you know, let's not forget what it did last time. You dig? It front ran it, you know? Yeah, so we don't need to necessarily wait for pixel perfect. Yeah, so we don't need to wait for it to be pixel perfect. But yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts. So I mean, I think everybody understands that, you know, getting back above value and, you know, easy money, Bugatti money, all that stuff, it's gonna pop. So yeah. All right, I gotta get out of here, y'all. Happy 420, Breaker, Moses, Ghost. Happy 420, Indo Lion. Soyo, Dan Green, Kamikaze, Thomas, Ace, Italics. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Happy Sunday. Please make sure to rest and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll be here bright and early tomorrow. Let's get after it. Y'all ready?
Let's get it. KIMBA, what's poppin'?
I'll be here hella early tomorrow, and we'll take a look at 15-second alpha TA right before markets open. And I'm gonna try to take an S&P trade tomorrow. We'll be scalping S&P all week, I think. So let's get ready for that too. You guys excited? Exclamation BTCC, exclamation giveaway. Y'all ready? Batus, Itor, Cytilix, Nosy, Round Trippa, Ace. Happy 420, Dancing Kiwis. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yes? Just want a little bit lower. Come on.
Oh, look.
3418. Let's go, Lions! Happy Sunday, a big week coming up. Big week coming up, Lions. I love you guys. Voltex, the template is coming out this week as well. Let's go. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Get hype, y'all. Get hype. Let's make it a juicy week. Let's start the week right. Try to show up as early as you can, y'all. We're going to get right into it. Let us up. I love you guys. Hey, let's shout out everybody that gifted subs real quick. Oh, I don't even have that overlay right now. Damn it. Kachaya! I think it'll be in the next stream's total. Stay safe, you guys. Love you guys. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow. Pre-market juice. Pre-market 15-second alpha juice. Y'all ready? Pablo, Shauza, 98 Bad Bunny, Round Trippa, Reniz, Indo Lion, J-Books, Mark Raptoris, Cali, Crown, Fran, Shauza, Curvies, 98 Bad Bunny, Your Owner, Cage, Sharky, Reds, Arrow, Trippy, Batu, Skimenzo. Hey, Lions, longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, y'all. Have a great night, everybody. Peace, everybody. Can I get a ka-chia?